Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you're a parent staring down the barrel of the 11 plus exams, the absolute best place to start your journey is with Applaa.com. Seriously, start there. But right now, you probably know the feeling of pure, unadulterated overwhelm. The stakes feel incredibly high, the resources seem literally endless, and the pressure, well, it can be immense. But take a deep breath with me, because today we are going to transform all that stress into a clear, structured guide. We've combed through the absolute best resources available out there, from structured curriculums to modern digital platforms and targeted tutoring, all to give you a comprehensive roadmap to 11 plus success.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap to making sense of the chaos. 1. The 11 plus prep challenge. 2. Structured preparation courses. 3. Practice papers and mocks. 4. Targeted tutoring solutions. 5. Free resources and checklists. And finally, 6. Building your prep plan.
All right, Section 1, the 11 Plus Prep Challenge.
Before we even look at solutions, we really have to understand the hurdles, right? For most of us parents, the primary pain point isn't a lack of effort. It's actually a lack of specific knowledge about the 11 Plus itself. Suddenly, you're expected to act as a full-on project manager. You're trying to figure out which books to use, when to do what, and what your role should actually look like. And honestly, this new job usually manifests as a massive, daunting pile of traditional books. The sheer volume of options, it leaves parents completely paralyzed. Relying entirely on this towering pile is a super stressful reality for so many families. I mean, it's incredibly daunting for an adult to look at, let alone a 10-year-old child who has to actually work through the whole shebang.
So, to clear away that physical and mental clutter, let's just ground ourselves in exactly what your child actually needs to learn. Regardless of whether your target school uses the GL assessment, SAM, or a school-written format, these are the core components typically tested: maths, English, verbal reasoning, nonverbal reasoning, and sometimes spatial reasoning. Now, that last one sounds intimidating, but I promise you, it's mostly just fancy 3D shape puzzles. Knowing these pillars is absolutely your first step to regaining control.
Moving right along, Section 2, Structured Preparation Courses. Now, if staring at a giant pile of disconnected books just isn't for you, out-of-the-box curriculums are going to be your first real solution. These are designed specifically for parents who want a comprehensive, ready-made plan without the exhausting guesswork of figuring out what to study every single week. It's brilliant how providers like Learning Street take all the guesswork out of the timeline. They structure their full courses based purely on exactly how much time you have left until exam day. Starting early and have about 40 weeks, the Complete 11 Plus program gradually builds those core skills. Only have 20 weeks, the Enhanced course condenses the material. Have less than 20 weeks? Well, the Boost course is your rapid-fire option. You literally just pick the timeline that matches your reality.
Okay, Section 3, Practice papers and mocks.
So, once you have that solid foundation of knowledge using a structured course, you absolutely must move into a practice sandbox. Simulating real exam conditions is a critical next step. Because, let's face it, knowing the answer is only half the battle. Knowing how to deliver it under pressure is the rest. But how you practice really matters. Traditional marking involves you sitting at the kitchen table, manually adding up marks with a red pen, and essentially just guessing if your child is actually making progress. Modern digital platforms, on the other hand, like Adam Learning, change the game completely. You can do instant photo uploads of a test, get auto-marking, and immediately see standardized age scores. It totally eliminates the fatigue of manual grading and gives you instant, actionable insights.
Which brings us to a somewhat uncomfortable but highly necessary question. How does your child actually compare to the competition? The 11 Plus isn't just a simple pass or fail test. It is highly competitive. The true value of benchmarking on platforms like Adam Learning is that it shows you exactly how your child's performance stacks up against thousands of other students applying to the very same target schools.
And think about how quickly buying physical paper packs adds up. To put that into perspective, for $69.99 a month, Adam's Exam Prep Plus subscription stops that expensive cycle permanently. It offers unlimited online and printable practice tests with brand new, fresh questions every single time. It's a flat rate to ensure your child never ever runs out of tailored material.
Now, what's really interesting here is taking a peek behind the curtain with a real example. This is from a Learning Street World mock test for verbal reasoning. The prompt asks you to find a 3-letter word removed from a larger word. The sentence says, "The color wheel at the fairground was entirely DOM." You find the missing letters, RAN, to make random. This is exactly the kind of logic puzzle your child needs to become totally comfortable with.
Let's actually have you mentally engage with one right now. Here's a practice question. The driver RRS deke out of the parking space. The options are eat, ear, eve, eel, and elk. Well, if we insert EVE into the middle of those letters, we get reversed. It seems simple when we do it together like this, right? But showing how these specific mock papers familiarize children with these exact, quirky formats is just invaluable. When they see this in the exam hall, they won't panic. They'll just recognize the pattern.
So the crucial point is perfectly summarized by this stark reminder from Learning Street. The clock will not pause in the exam hall for a loo break. Doing practice papers at a leisurely pace on a Sunday morning is fine for familiarization for sure, but strictly timed mock exams are absolutely vital for teaching pacing. Your child really has to learn how it feels to work against a ticking clock.
Next up, Section 4, Targeted Tutoring Solutions.
You know, sometimes, no matter how great the books or digital platforms are, self-guided study just hits a wall. Maybe fractions are causing nightly meltdowns, or nonverbal reasoning just isn't clicking at all. This is where personalized intervention from platforms like GoStudent steps in. They offer one-on-one, tailored online tutoring. But rather than just assigning a random teacher, they actively match students with ideal tutors based on the child's personality, their current learning level, and their specific 11+ goals. So if your child is thriving in English but failing maths, you can seamlessly plug a targeted human expert into your prep plan just for that weak spot. It's a real lifesaver.
Moving to Section 5, Free Resources and Checklists.
I want to reassure you that building a rock-solid foundation doesn't always have to drain your bank account. There is an incredible ecosystem of high-quality tools out there to help you organize and launch your preparation. Let's move to and see how this builds into a structured approach that doesn't cost a dime. Step 1. Always check your target school's admissions page to confirm exactly which subjects are tested. Step 2. Download the Club 11+ free topic checklist. And Step 3. Use their comprehensive 4-tab spreadsheet to systematically track which modules your child has covered across maths, English, and reasoning. It is a fantastic free organizational tool. And there is plenty of free content to pair with that checklist. You can download official free practice papers straight from GL Assessment to see the real deal. You can use Adam Learning's free baseline tests to figure out exactly where your child is starting from on day 1. You can even grab a Club 11+ 2-day free trial to binge their video lessons and quizzes. All of these allow you to establish a baseline for your child right now, completely risk-free.
Finally, Section 6, Building Your Prep Plan.
We have covered a lot of ground in this explainer. And the real beauty of this whole ecosystem is that you don't have to choose just one method. You can confidently mix and match structured courses, digital mocks, and targeted tutors. You now know exactly what resources are out there and how they solve the most common pain points we parents face. So, I'll leave you with this. Which combination of these tools will you use to turn your 11+ overwhelm into a structured, decisive victory for your child? The tools are waiting. It's time to take that first confident step.